Was goody. So this is how to actually look like an anime protagonist in real life. How to be an anime protagonist. So I got you, bro. This was me before, growing up, weak, fat, no hope. Well, with some hope, as I had some type of inspiration to become a dangerous man. And this is me now, turning that into reality, becoming what I once needed as a child. So how do we go about making this change? First and foremost, let's talk about the idea of the ego death. This idea has been made very popular, that one should be humble, humility, one should kill the ego, starve the ego. And let me tell you that idea is completely wrong. If you want to grow, if you want to become better, you must learn to channel and feed the ego in a positive way, building it and understanding the deep knowledge that you were made for more. And the best way to do this is simply to become what you admire. So what's the second step? To be the main character of your story. And it's simply start caring about yourself. What do I mean by this? Actually put effort and thought into the way that you dress, the way that you smell, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you talk, the way that you look. Start being self-aware. Start being conscious of these things. Look, let's be honest, bro. We all know what it feels like to forget to put deodorant on. Super not confident, super scared, super paranoid. You don't want nobody to get close to you. You're worried until your homie lends you a deodorant, you know what I'm saying? And you get your confidence back. You get ease back. You want to be like that, but 100 times, because you naturally smell good. You naturally look good. You feel good. And guess what? You end up doing good in anything that you do because you have that extra confidence boost. You know that you're that guy. And you start to build that self-love for yourself as well. And also, these are quick changes that are absolutely in your control, right? Because we want to see a quick result. We want to see a difference. But these are things that you can instill right now, or at least in a span of a week or two, in which you can become different and you can become better and you can improve. It starts to do something to your mind where you start to believe in yourself a lot more. The self-belief part is very important, because why am I always failing? Why am I always reverting back to old habits? Why am I struggling to believe in myself? Why don't I have confidence? The reason why you don't have the confidence, the reason why you're nervous and whatever situation, right, is because the lack of self-love. You like to believe in yourself. You wanna do these things. You want to be great. So why are you getting in your own way? And that's because simply to the smallest level is that you're breaking promises that you make to yourself every time, which stops that self-belief, which stops that confidence, which stops the actions in which you need to keep growing, to keep progressing. And so when you break that promise of, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep early, and then you go to sleep late. When you break that promise of, okay, I'm not gonna eat like crap, and then you binge eat and eat that cookie or donut or cake or whatever it is. And we say, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym today, and then you end up taking a nap and missing it, or not even going because you don't feel like it. That all adds up. And so you're telling your subconscious that you're somebody that doesn't know how to keep the word, that doesn't know how to see your plan through. How could you not have a limiting belief of yourself after that, when you're proving it right, when you're feeding the doubt? You gotta starve the doubt. Anyways, I went on a bit of a tangent, but it is beneficial to understand this and to think about this deeply. Now, number 3 is gym and diet. If you want to be the main character, if you want to be the protagonist, come on, bro. You gotta have the physique, right? And let's be honest. Let's get to the nitty gritty, the easy stuff. Eat at a slight calorie deficit or a calorie surplus. Decide if you want to bulk or if you want to cut. Honestly, I say if you're already chubby, I just go with the bulk, to be honest, a clean bulk. And talking about clean, let's talk. You want to eat 90% whole foods. You want to avoid processed foods, sugar, all that stuff like that, right? You want your food to be healthy. You want your food to be clean, and you know what's clean and you know what's not. Now, if you need me to get into more specifics about this, I can, and I can make a video. Leave a comment and let me know. But overall, 90% clean. What I'll say is, don't worry about your macros right now if you're starting out. Just worry about your protein intake and that you're hitting the protein goal, which is 0.8 to 1 gram of your body weight. So let's say you're 170, then you'd eat 170 grams of protein. If it's 0.8, then it's another number that I can't think of right now. But that's up to you in which metric you want to do. Simpler, just stick to 1. But if you want to maximize the benefits, then do 0.8, because that's what is actually the real number. Go to the gym 3 to 5 days a week, and that's a given. And like I said, eat at a slight deficit or surplus, and between 6 to 8 weeks, there's no doubt that you will start to see progress. You will start to see growth, whether if you're bulking or cutting, because this is where you start to build that habit. You start to see newbie gains. And newbie gains hits like a truck, but it will go away if you don't stay consistent. So you got to really instill it so that the newbie gain muscles turn into permanent muscles. So my physique is just there. You want to delete, get rid of, or hide anything that might stop you from reaching your goals, right? If you see some provocative post on social media, not interested, block, report, whatever you have to do, or just get rid of social media altogether. If it's snacks that your family buys and you live with your parents and they eat unhealthy and trying to eat healthy, and it's hard for you not to binge eat on those cookies because every time you open the pantry, that's exactly what your eyes get towards, then put it in a place where it's hard to get, or put it behind something so that it's out of sight, out of mind, so that when you open the pantry, you don't really even see it, or just don't get it if you can avoid getting it. And even with people, I would say filter out the people that you're around, the energy, the vibes that you got around you. This is either going to be a moment of great isolation for you, or a moment of where you got 1 and 2 guys that are on the same path as you, and you guys are focused and you guys are on the grind. This is the chance for you guys, or you on your own, to finally make a change. And there's no shame in being alone, like I always say, because I've had my moments of great isolation. I'm going through it right now. So, and point number 5 is basically a concluding point, and it's have grit. The one thing that separated the successful from the not successful is grit. Be relentless, and before you know it, you will be the protagonist, the main character of your life, of your story. That's how to look like and be an anime protagonist in real life. So that's pretty much it, man. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And if you want coaching with extra help with this, link is in the description. Mad love. Peace.